Dear friends of Unbox, so today I would love to show you what I got on the website Bus Store Italy, which this is the screenshot of, and it's a beautiful Emeraldas lt3000 SCDH, which I got for 106 euros. Look guys, this reel is particularly well made and it's designed specifically for calamari and cuttlefish fishing. So we are talking about squids, we are talking about cuttlefish, we are talking about octopus. Now this reel is specifically designed in a way that allows you to have a lot of power, sheer power if we are talking about the drag system, but also a very light, well designed reel for casting continuously, because obviously if you are doing edgy fishing you are casting every 2 minutes, 3 minutes, hundreds of time each and every time you go fishing. So Emeraldas, we are talking about a reel which is packed, fully packed of beautiful designing technology and is max sealed. It has got the air rotor, ATD, 7 ball bearings, 20 pounds of drag, so it's a 20 pounds drag, 80 centimeters of line retrieved for each and every turn of the handle, 245 grams of weight, 5.3:1 gear ratio. The braid, we can fit at least 200 meters of 0.8 PE, which is at 0.10 millimeters braid, or 150 meters or of 0.20 millimeters nylon. Here you got the other options. Now guys, is this reel only for cuttlefish and squid fishing? No. They advise you this kind of reels for any use between trout fishing, perch fishing, and every other kind of small game fishing, for example, if we are talking about ocean or sea fishing. But this reel, it's obviously a perfect machine, and as you can see from the box, I've already modified it, so I will show you the accessories which are now part of my reel. And I wanted to show you what it comes with. So it comes with the usual PE little washers, the user's manual, which is written in Japanese, and I already love this, even though I don't understand a word of Japanese. This is so awesome, guys. It's very unique and original, that's why I love it. Okay, and I love the fact that in the Japanese let's say manual, okay, there are so many different images, drawings of the reel, what to do and what not to do with it. So the lubrication, the spooling, how to assemble it or disassemble it, how not to disassemble or wash our reel, how to maintain it. So they say wash it under the sink for just a bit, then dry it, and then how to modify the spooling if something isn't working very properly. So add or subtract those little PE washers. Alright, now as you can see, it's very beautiful, very nice. Okay, guys, this reel has a certain weight. I understand it's not super light. I understand some models like the Daiwa Emeraldas Air model weighs only 200 grams, so it's a little bit on the heavy side, but to be honest guys, it's worth each and every penny spent on it. As you can see, I didn't spool it yet. I'm gonna spool it when the braid comes, because I've ordered some braid and it's taking quite some time. I don't know why to get delivered, but I just wanted to show you how beautifully smooth it is. Look how beautifully smooth, incredible this reel is. It makes you really wonder how comes they can offer you such a beautiful reel for only 106 euros. And it's also very clicky. The bail on the reel is very strong and the spring is very tough, so you have to close it on purpose and it's never gonna give up during a casting. The handle is very beautifully made. It's a double handle in EVA and it's got two cups in aluminium. Also, the rest of the reel is in aluminium apart from the plastic parts, which, as you can see, have a nicely chrome finish and they look very classy and beautiful. Now let's check out the inner part of the spool. Here we got the core of our strong drag. We are talking about 20 to 22 pounds of drag, and it's a mixed drag. Now, first of all, I want to show you guys how heavy the spool is. We are talking about a spool which weighs around 30 grams if I recall correctly. So it's a 33 grams reel spool, and it has a spring line clip, so it's sprung, even though none of us is ever gonna use this probably, but well, nice touch by Daiwa. Very happily well designed. There are holes for the water and moisture to drain inside the spool if anything happens, but at the same time the spool cap has a nicely beautifully made flared up rubber seal. More than a rubber, I would say this is a silicone seal. It's still very good, still very good. Probably better, because silicone should resist a little bit more than regular natural rubber. Okay, so let's open this up. I want to show you guys that this is a mixed drag, which is made in metal and felt. It's very well oiled, because you will see if we do not oil enough our felt drags, they tend to burn up, so always keep them oiled. Felt, metal plate, felt. Let's put this back. Okay, then we got the middle washer, which is one of those, you know, flower washers. We got only 2 little bumps instead of 4, as the usual Daiwa reels, but it's still fine. Then we got another felt disc, which feels a little on the thicker side, and then we got another steel washer. So it's a mix. And let me tell you guys, I have never ever used any kind of drag which was better than a felt drag. I know a lot of people is advising you nowadays to get the carbon washers and modify your reels, etc. I have nothing against carbon tech, and I love the carbon washers too, and I love the carbon drags too, but I want to be honest, I have some Daiwa reels which I use since I was, well, let's say since 5 to 10 years, and I never had to change any of the discs inside the drag system, and they still perform perfectly. Sometimes I open them up, I oil them up a little bit, and they are still there performing perfectly. Other than that, I do not maintain them in any way. While on the other side, with the reels that I have, which, you know, they have the usual carbon and steel or only carbon drag, sometimes I have to, you know, swap for new discs because they get somehow ruined. Maybe it's the way I use the reels. I'm not saying carbon is bad. I'm only saying this kind of disc, in my experience, require a little less maintaining. So let's put the drag back together. Okay. Okay, very nice. Perfect, I love it. And let me show you how heavy the reel is without the 30 grams of spool. Now you have to mind that I added this beautiful gomexus part, which is a gomexus reel stand, gomexus series 2, which is made on purpose for edgy fishing, so the little squid lure can attach to this appendix, and this one should weigh around 10 to 15 grams. Let me see. Yeah, it's 8 grams. So let me show you the reel without any accessories or without spool also. Let me see, it's a little difficult. It's 200 grams. 200 grams, yes, confirmed. Now, this one is a light reel compared to other reels, but again, I know it's a little bit on the heavy side if we are thinking about, for example, the air version, okay? Still, for 106 euros, we got a reel which is mag sealed, which has the ATD, which is light tough, which has one of the most amazing handles in the history of Daiwa. Look at how beautiful this is. All aluminum, okay? EVA, so it's very soft to the touch. And airball bail, which, guys, makes all the difference in the world. These kind of bails are very, very beautiful, and they give you such a different opinion on a reel right off the box. For example, whenever you see one of those conventional bails, you know your reel is on the cheap side. This one is very well designed and very well made. About the assembly, I can say this is very precisely assembled. This is such an amazing reel. This looks proper. This looks beautiful. And it really makes you amazingly happy because it's ever so smooth. This is one of the smoothest reels I have, and I own Shimano reels, Tikka reels, etc., etc., which I can say they have around 10 to 14, even more bearings, but this one, with only 7 ball bearings, it's already smooth as a dream, and it runs ever so smoothly. Wow, wow. The clicker is very beautiful, it's very nicely made. You can already see, I believe they are two little ball bearings on which our spool turns around itself. And the last thing I want to show you guys, let me see if I can put this back together, is I want to show you how fast or how slow the drag is, because it may be interesting for all of you guys. So now let me try to close it completely. Okay, this is completely closed, so let's go one complete turn. It's a little bit more open, but it's very, very tough. 2 complete turns. It's a little bit more open. I would say it's about 30 to 35% less power. 3 complete turns. It's very, very open. Okay, let's go with the 4th turn. It's now completely off, so there is no drag at all. Okay, the nice thing about this reel is that it is supposed to be such a great reel for not only its smoothness but also for the sheer power of it's beautiful drug, because let's say that you get to fishing and unexpectedly you get a big squid. We are talking 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 7 pounds. It's not uncommon, not even in Italy. Okay, we usually get small squids, but sometimes, the craziness goes on from the boat, and you really need such a powerful drug. We are talking about 20 to 22 pounds. This reel is not gonna give up on you. Even though it's a little beauty, it's little and it's not even heavy. It's only 300 grams, so it's a little bit over half a pound. This reel, it's not gonna give up on you easily. Now, the only thing I did here was adding the reel stand, but other than that, I think this reel is not only beautiful, but it's a perfect example of how the customer should be treated. Daiwa designed this reel so perfectly, so smoothly, and with such a big respect for the customer that it's really unbelievable. I could get this one for 106 euros. Guys, I really advise you to buy this little beauty. You can find it on every website pretty much around the world, because it was such a loved reel. So many are still available, and you can find the higher version, which is the new version, which weighs 100 grams less, for about 300. We will be buying that version too this year, but for now, guys, it's all from Unboxo. Please have such a happy week and see you soon. Goodbye from Unboxo. Ciao ciao.